Hi, I'm Rasheed Ogunlaru, coach, speaker, author of Soul Trader, Putting Heart Back into Your Business. Welcome. Here we are, the final days of the year, the final phase of the year. I'm going to invite you to stop and to review your business year. For you, it might well be your first year in business, or for you, it might well be that you've been many, many years in business. For me, this year is a significant year because it's the end of the 10th full year that I've been full-time, being my own boss, running my own business. Before it was part-time and so on. So whatever stage it is that you are in your business, it is very, very important to stop and to reflect. At this time of the year, you're going to hear all sorts of reviews, sports reviews, entertainment reviews, political reviews and so on of the year. But the most important review is you and your year and how it is that you've done business-wise. So before we come to the close of play or the close of business, it's really important for you to take the richness, the learning from the year that's just been. For this review, I'm just going to invite you to have a few things handy. You may want to have a nice cup of tea or whatever it is that you fancy. You might want to have the fruit bowl to hand, or for you it might well be about the biscuit tin or the sweet tin, but be mindful about that. And there's a couple of other things that you might want to have to hand. For you, there might be some key bits of information that you might have on your laptop. You might want to have your diary, a paper diary kind of boy, as you can see, or a more electronic thing, or your mobile or your tablet, wherever you keep your information on. And you might just want to have a simple notebook and pen, whatever it is that works for you, but I'm going to certainly invite you to kind of capture that. We're just going to take a few minutes just really reviewing your year, taking the learning from the year, and then beginning to get ready for the year ahead. And I'm going to be also encouraging you to rest and to relax and to enjoy the year ahead. But first of all, let's kick off with our review of the year. So, with your pen and paper handy or with your laptop, and by the way, if I'm going too fast for you, just pause via the power of pause, because you might be wanting to stop, gather information, or just consider this, or some of you might be just considering it and then coming back to it, whatever again it is that works for you. So first of all, question one, what's gone really well this year? And I'm going to perhaps get you to think about that perhaps in terms of the three arms of your business. Financially, what's gone well? I think actually, yeah, the profits have gone up by X thousand. Oh, I've got this in place or that place. What's working well financially? What's gone well financially? What's gotten well in terms of marketing? And what's gotten well in terms of management and operations? So for you, it might be your first year in business. You might think, well, we haven't done that well financially, but I've set this up, I've registered my company, I've put this in place, I've put that in place, etc., etc. I've bought some equipment, I've set up my home office and so on. That may well be where the win is. For you, it might well be the other bits of the business. You might think, actually, I've got new customers, new clients, I've set up my website, or we've revamped it, or we've boosted our social media presence, and we've now entered this market. So think about what have been the wins in terms of finance. What's gone well in terms of finance, what's gone well in terms of marketing and customers, and what's gone well marketing and operationally. So capture all that. If you are a Soul Trader reader or a visitor of soultrader.biz, you may well have your 2-page business plan, and you may be able to refer to that just to capture what you've done really well, and you may have created a list called achievements. By the way, if you haven't, one of my big tips is to open a document and call it achievements and list backdate all the achievements that is and you made. It's going to help you to do this exercise far more clearly and simply and effectively. So that's what's gone well. My second question is, what have been the challenges? What have been the setbacks? And again, financially, in terms of marketing, and in terms of operations and management. I want you to be very matter of fact. As we're doing this review, I want you to have the hat on of the chief executive of your business. So that's where you're being quite matter of fact on it, but putting an energized spin on it. So these have been the challenges, this has happened, that's happened. So what have been the setbacks? Once you're ready, and again, it might be that you're going to be glancing back through the diary or your notes and so on, just remembering some of the key events. Actually, it might be worth thinking about that. What have been the highlights of your year overall? What are the things you're most proud of? And it might link to some of the things you said before. What are the things that you should be patting yourself on the back about? And what are those things to note, those never again moments of things to be really mindful of? So that leads us on to my next question, which is, what has been the learning from this year? Write it down. Learn this, learn that, learn that, learn that. From that, there might be things that you write, okay, these are the things that I need to start doing, and these are the things that I need to stop doing. And these are the things I need to ramp up or ramp down a little bit. Now I want you to just begin to think about, based on all of that, what's gone well, and what the challenges have been, and what the learning has been, what should be your 2 or 3 priorities, perhaps 3 priorities for your business for the year ahead? I want you to think really, really focused what the key priorities. You might think, actually, it is about me having this particular course. It's about bringing on 5 more customers because that's going to add 20,000 more to the bottom line of the business, or whatever it might well be. Be as specific as you can. What should the 2 or 3 priorities? And a good way to think about this, what would have the biggest positive impact in your business? So it might be actually somebody to help me to do this, somebody to mentor me, somebody to add this, or somebody who's got links to this industry which we're trying to break into. 2 or 3 priorities. You might want a couple more, but I think 2 or 3 is going to make you laser-like focus, which is how you'll probably need to be. And now finally I want you to think about, what's the tools and resources that you have, and support including people and finance that you have, and the things that you're going to additionally need in order to meet those challenges. What are the things that you have, and what are the things that you additionally need? Let's take a little bit of time to write that down. And again, be as specific as you can. Your mind will love specificity. Well done. Great. When you've done that, you may have earned another one of those, or even possibly another one of those. Okay? So, so now, actually, that's kind of apt, because it's now time to think about resting and celebrating. It can be one of the things about being an entrepreneur, being your own boss, running your own business, is that there's always things to do. So I think give yourself credit for everything that you've done, or give yourself credit for even being here. It may well have been a really tough year or a challenging year. The early years especially can be difficult, or there may well have been all sorts of personal, professional, business-related challenges and setbacks. So sometimes, as I often say, sometimes a no-score draw can sometimes be a win. But now it's time to relax and to celebrate. So I really encourage you to celebrate being here, celebrate the people who are around you who've been helpful to you or supportive for you. Maybe there's been people who you've even forgotten about a little bit along the journey. So do take time to spend that time with loved ones, friends, family, partner, whoever it is that's in your life that's really important to you in your life. Or again, it might be some of those things that you're wanting to, that also need to be prioritised for next year, because it's not just about work, work, work. So I really encourage you to take that time to rest, relax, and really celebrate all it is that you have and all it is that you've achieved. I want to wish you all the best. I want to wish you every happiness. And remember, there's more tips and tools and resources for you on soultrader.biz, in the Soul Trader book. That's soul, by the way, -trader.biz, including free podcasts, webinars, talks, and so on. So I hope to see you again in the new year. Take care, all the best, and take care of yourself. See you later. Bye-bye.